Hey internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Jongravesshow, talking to everybody about Walking Dead episode 6, Always Accountable. And looking at the episode, this one is one that is pretty much broken up in, again, something that I really do like, broken up into two parts. One part follows Abraham and Sasha, the other follows Daryl. And pretty much the split of this one was that as they were pretty much finishing up their little job of deterring half of that zombie herd, apparently that's when they started getting attacked by these random people, and I believe who were lying in wait. And of course, Abraham and Sasha, they took care of business, but since Daryl was on a motorcycle, you know, he kind of had to veer off and do his own thing. So, and that's when pretty much a majority of Daryl's is him pretty much being stuck in the woods, and Abraham and Sasha is them pretty much waiting for holding up in an area in a specific town close by, so that until Daryl shows up. I believe that they've given him a few days, give or take. But let me start this off by talking about the Abraham and Sasha part. The Abraham and Sasha part is a very good deconstruction of both of their characters upon how they both have grown since we've known them, and pretty much what has been going on and how they have been dealing with a lot of the things, and pretty much how they sort of precede Alexandria and how is it that they feel living there. Really, it does pretty much break down a lot within those, like, well, I believe, like, if you break their shit down, it's probably around, like, 20-something minutes of them talking about it. And, of course, you know, they do talk about Abraham's, like, psychotic breaks of, like, of all the mistakes and everything which that he has done. And, of course, Abraham, he does throw up, like, Sasha's problems with what led to her doing, like, some things. To like, when she snapped, like, back in Alexandria and when she was out of control. Really, it is very, very, very refreshing to sort of see them actually talk about it, which is something that really did sort of help both of their characters actually grow and actually add just a little bit more depth to them, because Sasha's play on it is the fact that well, at least you get two parallels from both of them. One half is that Abraham is like, listen, I'm like this because pretty much the zombies are the problem, and I want to get rid of all of them as fast as possible, in which that Sasha pretty much says that's bullshit, because every single time, like, no matter what your action is, you are held accountable for those actions. Even if you want the zombies gone, you have to realize that your actions, that they can make or break the way how people perceive you. And even though, you know, she did sort of have me in, like, a fucked up moment there, she's still trying to get past that and do better, which is something that we are actually seeing. So there sort of leaves it off of more of a character building for both of them. Even though Abraham, he did have a moment in which I did think that Abraham was going to die, based upon how, like, it was shot and how things were going on, of them giving him, like, because everything was slowly like blinking back into Abraham's past about possibly, like, before the zombie apocalypse happened. And you see that, and it's like, he's out here trying to out-scream a fucking zombie. It's like, who does that? But after thinking it over, he does sort of do his thing. He does wait for the zombie to fall, and because there's a zombie hanging off this bridge with the RPG, and they really did give him, like, a lot of shit. But, you know, it's nice that, like, he did sort of, like, conflict and get back to normal with that. And on the flip side of this, Daryl's actually sort of, honestly, with how this shit is, it really pisses me off, man, when, like, we run into these people every fucking episode, because every single time this happens, it really does bother me, but I'm like, God damn it has to happen. I mean, like, because some people in this story, like, they are either really stubborn, or they're really desperate, or they say sorry a lot, but they are really not, you know, stuff like that. And for this, it's what was it? So Daryl, he's out. He runs into these two girls out there in the woods who are running from people. Okay, then he gets knocked out by the guy there. I think only the girl is named, the one the girl who is a diabetic, or the girl who needs insulin to live. Not diabetic. Diabetes. Yeah, diabetic. The girl, she's the short-haired blonde girl. And with how things are going on, it's like, it's pretty interesting how that they just assume that Daryl is with the people who that they're chasing them. Even though Daryl said, you do, I'm not who you think I am. And even with that, they still sort of try to threaten him and try to like force their ideals on him. And it's really crazy too, because we do see who is chasing them, and we do finally get to see a glimpse of the villains of the Alexandria storyline. And really they do seem to be very, very, very problematic people. But I'm trying to sum this up as best as I can without, saying a little bit too much. But if I can be fair, though, is that the guy for their team is really, he's really articulate at saying a lot about nothing. The brunette girl is good at yelling, and again, she's really good at looking after Tina, I didn't even know who Tina was to her. I'm not sure if that was a sister, a cousin, a best friend, a lover. I don't know. But what I do know is that they were very close. And they do say that they did burn up one of the wolf camps. So at least there's that. And yes, we do see their villains and everything, and Daryl, he does help them. And of course, Tina dies. I'm still curious as to how she died. Because they were checking out these zombies, two girls who got burned up in that fire. Then they woke up, then they smacked her down, she broke through some glass, and then Daryl killed the zombies, and then I guess Tina died somehow. Guess stabbed to the neck, but I don't know how when this part was bleeding. It's really weird. But the part that really gets me about this episode is the fact that Daryl does go out his way to pretty much tell them, listen, you can kill people and still be your same self. You can still do that shit. But the problem with that is that these two constantly keep trying to steal his fucking crossbow. Constantly keep trying, man, to fucking steal his motorcycle. Constantly trying, man, to take things from him and then say, we're sorry, we needed to do it. It's like, no, you didn't. The man was offering you help. He was saying, listen, I will go out, I will find my friends, and I will bring them back to help you guys. Which is really crazy to me, because it's like, because if I can be fair here, it's like that they weren't fucking trying, because they stole Daryl's motorcycle, they stole his crossbow, and somehow Daryl, within, I believe, like 10 minutes, left, found, man, like the old settlement, and found a working truck that still had gas in it, which is really fucking crazy compared to how they were doing shit. So I'm like, you motherfuckers are lazy. But either way, though, this episode, it was really nice, and it's something that is really getting me pumped for, like, what's going to happen next. But until then, though, this one does end on a bit of a cliffhanger, because somebody did actually radio in, and they did scream for help, or at least like that. When Daryl was calling for Rick or anybody, he did get a message coming from somebody, which probably who was asking for help. Hopefully it's those guys, man, who stole this shit. But till then, that is what I gotta say about that. Please tell me what you think about this down there in the comment section. I'll catch you guys on the next John Grave Show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.